Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here in person.
Likewise. All of your books have a big macro historical story to tell, whether it's about technology or data or the power of fiction. This one's about information networks. What's the story you want to tell here?
Well, the basic question that the book explores is, if humans are so smart, why are we so stupid? We are definitely the smartest animal on the planet. We can build airplanes and planes and atom bombs and computers and so forth. And at the same time, we are on the verge of destroying ourselves, our civilization, and much of the ecological system. And it seems like this big paradox that if we know so much about the world, and about distant galaxies and about DNA and subatomic particles, why are we doing so many self-destructive things? And the basic answer you get from a lot of mythology and theology is that there is something wrong in human nature, and that therefore we must rely on some outside source like a god or whatever to save us from ourselves. And I think that's the wrong answer, and it's a dangerous answer because it makes people abdicate responsibility. And I think that the real answer is that there is nothing wrong with human nature. The problem is with our information. Most humans are good people. They are not self-destructive. But if you give good people bad information, they make bad decisions. And what we see through history is that, yes, we become better and better at accumulating massive amounts of information, but the information isn't getting better. That modern societies are as susceptible as Stone Age tribes to mass delusions and psychosis, if you think about, Stalinism and Nazism in the 20th century. So they're extremely sophisticated societies in terms of technology and economics and so forth, and yet their view of the world was really delusional. And this is what the book explores.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. Only using this clip because this guy was on Bill Maher's show. What's his name? Uwe Noah, that demon. And I know for a fact I can't really use that clip, but I couldn't really find. There was another guy that was with him, Ian something, and it was mentioning of this whole union that was taking place in the UN, and that union meaning whatever new world order that they're trying to plot out. That is exactly what they're trying to establish. So, like Apostle Tahar, they're showing it. They obviously they did their stuff. They do their stuff in code. Without saying, it all comes to the same conclusion that that the world governments have to come to the same conclusion, and everybody agrees with that. So I caught this one, the gray area. Long one, and I could put the clip in there. If not, he was talking his gibberish bullshit. Pretty much how man is bad. And his whole thing, he wants to use AI to control speech and giving out the right information. So when, through the spirit, when he had Apostle Tahar and the elders pretty much pushing brothers to do videos and so forth, it was for a reason. So now they get into a point where they're locking down the internet, henceforth the famine of the word. This is what they want to do. They want to control the narrative. They want to control the story that is, them. And they're going to get that power because of the simple fact is, the simple fact is that they control everything. All right? They control every goddamn thing. So he's pushing a narrative, and also he was basically saying that everybody's waiting for God to come and save them. They pretty much got to save themselves. So these people, they speak in codes, riddles, and they always seemingly act like they have the solution to the problem, but they are the problems themselves. It says real quick, Psalms 14:2. No, I'm sorry, 1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There's none that doeth good. So this guy who's the lieutenant to Klaus Schwab, as part of the WEF, he's pushing out his book on pretty much to go against speech. And he mentioned it in the Bill Maher show, which I wish I could have took the clip. This is a lot of information, but it's all about the right information he's saying. So they really, really want to they want to keep the narrative going. That's the point. Revelations 20 and to the point 8. And he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Well, let me go up. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Now, if you go into the history, is the fact that Esau, Edom, when you go to the Genesis 27 chapter, the part of the blessings was Jacob was blessed pretty much for the kingdom of heaven, and Esau was blessed, but his blessing came with a cost, and that cost was he had to rule by the sword. Not only does he rule by the sword, he ruled by deception. So the Lord had him locked away from rulership of the world, and pretty much when he was loose, that was a period of time that was called the Renaissance period, which Renaissance meaning the rebirth. Rebirth of what? Rebirth of their kingdom. So ever since around pretty much the Ottoman Turks took down Constantinople, 1353, the Ottoman Turks took down the last that was the Byzantine Empire. This man has been running amok. Then you have 1492. I'm just going for key points of Columbus to find this part of the world, rape them and rob them, and commit to this new world that supposedly he discovered, but he never discovered. It was people that was already here. So this is when the deception really started. And what they're doing, they're losing the narrative, the story. They're not looking so well. This is the sacrifice they're willing to do to bring in a new world order. But they will push the narrative of they could go beyond the point of the higher power, because he is the devil. All right? And people are going to realize this real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That falling away was 70 AD. It was a pivotal point in history. All right, a very, very important part of history. 70 AD. This is the fall of Jerusalem, the fall of the Israelites, when the Israelites was really cast out. And when that son of perdition, son of destruction, was going to be revealed, which was the Romans, who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So simultaneously, he was mentioning the Big Bang. He was mentioning, he always go out there. One of his speeches was that human beings went beyond the God of the Bible, because the God of the Bible created organic, and human beings could create more than organic. So this the campaign that they push now more, that there is no God. Before, they use a narrative of a God. All right, because that was something that was embedded in the minds of the people. But now this man's in power. He's trying to erase the fact that is a creator. All right. But he himself sitting as the end all to be all. We're not supposed to wait for no God for immortality. We could do it ourselves. And that's what they're pushing. Self-love, pretty much Satanism. All right. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know that withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And he's being revealed. All right. He had many people. And one of the guy, Ian Berman, he's like, he apologized to Bill Maher. And, he's like, I'm the only, he said he's the only Jewish person. And Bill Maher was like, I'm not Jewish. Well, they all Jews then. They're all small hatters. All right. Every last one of them. So they're trying to hide themselves amongst the people, because that's what they do. They hide themselves because of the fact that if people really knew who they are, they would have figured it out. So Paul was he was telling the people at the time who that devil was. All right, and he was breaking it down that devil was going to be revealed. All right, in its due time process. And right now we're in a time of revealing. This is when we living in a time of the truth. So they trying to change the narrative. So for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work the Roman Empire. Only he now who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So the Most High allow this man to hide himself for this long period of time. Now the time of to be hidden is no longer. Slakia. And then shall that wicked be revealed. Are you not seeing it? This man literally is going out there publicly telling that there is no God. We got to do everything ourselves. All right. And everybody in their mindset, like, yeah, who needs a God? So it kind of proves, it proves that these people are the devil that the Bible speaks of. It said, who the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is the prophet. And one of the main things that the prophets use is the internet. So they using AI, artificial intelligence, to monitor everything that's being put up. All right, because now they're saying that the right information has to be put up, not the wrong information. But who's to say what is right and wrong? The people that's in power, right? But when it was all good, when they had to hide themselves, they would hide by the scriptures to pretend like they was holding it down. Now, forget the scriptures. That's what they say. Forget the scriptures. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. We are going to do things the way we want to do it, and everybody else gonna do the same thing. This is the narrative. It's all about their acts, and their acts showing that they're not for the Lord nor the people of the Lord. It says, and shall destroy them with the brightness of his coming, which is talking about the Yahweh Shai coming back to destroy this place. The scripture says that if the Lord did shorten up the days, roughly paraphrasing it, no flesh will be saved. So the Lord's purposely speeding things up to deliver the elect. Now, during this process of speeding up, more and more things are being revealed about this man. So even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. If you go to the Greek word is energia or energia, which means pretty much power. Alright? They're getting power from Satan himself. With all power and signs and lying wonders, which they're technology. So they're trying to push the MOTB, Revelation 13 and 16 on down, Revelation 14:9, the consequences and repercussions of it, because it's all about control. Alright? Since I mentioned this, I'm gonna make this too long. I'm sorry, I had it on. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And this part of that is this man coming down with great wrath. And part of his great wrath is he's going to make every man, woman, and child public enemy number one if they do not fit his narrative. So we've seen free speech being targeted. And we've seen these devils are moving rapidly. So it's just a matter of time. And all you people out there took this thing for granted, you're going to be looking for some straight up answers. You're not going to get it. So they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north to even to the east. They shall run to and fro, seeking the word of the Most High, and shall not find it. So they're going to go out there seeking the truth, but not going to be able to find it. They're not going to have no answers to anything. The only thing that's going to be speaking is the prophecies that was told way before anything went down. So, hey, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for all the stuff that's taking place. Alright? Because this devil, his slickster, he's moving at a rapid pace. He's moving extremely fast. Alright? He's moving in a warp speed. Like, what's his name? Donald Trump. He's moving in a warp speed manner to bring in his new world order. Alright, let me end it off on this. Ecclesiastes 10 and 8, I believe. Because of unrighteous dealings. Even Bill Maher, this fucking clown, he was mentioning about slavery. So, oh yeah, man, they always try to throw in, white people ain't that bad. Everybody did the same thing, and always try to make it a universal thing. But guess what, my man? Yeah, everybody that did wrong, they're gonna pay for that. They're gonna pay for that. Nobody's gonna walk out of this shit unscathed. And especially you Edomites, you are gonna get the blunt of everything. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, what you did to the Native Americans, how you raped and robbed for their land, injuries, slavery, and riches gotten by deceit. I mean, you stole lands, you stole everything. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. So we're looking at the translation of power. And it starts with the truth, 100% truth. This is what these devils are trying to stop. Alright, they're trying to stop this truth. But guess what? The elect is sealed. All right. The elect is sealed. So, clown number 1 over here on the left. All right, this clown, this bundle of stick right here is trying to push the narrative that you can do everything without quote unquote God. That the right information needs to be put out there, this, that, to the third. So they're going to use AI to flush out everything that goes against their narrative. And once they do that, it's a wrap for them. All right. This is a 2-front scale. The elect is going to receive it, and also the rest of the people. And you people are being exposed. Matter of fact, we ended off on this. Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah? No. Let's get Lamentations. 4:17. I'm sorry. 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked." And what does it mean by naked? Being exposed. Jeremiah, let me get that real quick. 50, I haven't read this in a while. Jeremiah 50 and, is it 24? Yep. "I have laid a snare for thee." What is a snare? A trap. The Lord laid that trap for you. This whole Freemasons and this whole idea that everything got to be done in secret, but you have to let the victims know what's going on. They believe in this universal law thing. That's the Lord doing, man. That's the Lord setting you up so you can expose yourself. All right. Yeah, you have a lot of whistleblowers before. Well, was that near somebody? No, I was watching a video. Even a woman said it. There was a time where you had to look in deep. Oh yeah, it was I think she was in the military. So it was a time when you had to look in deep to find this and find that. Now it's all over. Why? Because that's a snare and a trap. America's policies is garbage. It created more enemies than anything. That's a snare. That's a trap. So thou art also taken. Oh, Babylon! Look, they opened up the border. Now you have all these military men in the shores of America. Why? Because they're trying to break the bridge. The UN is going to be that army. That's what they think. It says, but this is all part of the Lord's trap. That was not aware, that are found and also caught, because that has strived against the Lord. So they wasn't aware how deep this thing is. It's going to go deep. That's why the scripture says, the hand of the wicked shall touch them. You're going to lose complete control of the narrative, and you're going to be exposed and be victimized because of this narrative that you have sold to people. All right. And then when that happens, Isaiah 13, it says, Isaiah 13 and 14, and it shall be as a chase road, as a sheep that no man taketh up. That means when a sheep is a docile creature, but they'll always have like the guard, the sheepdogs, or the shepherd to protect them. Well, guess what? Your protection is running dry. It's done. It's over with. All right. And no man taketh up. Nobody's gonna come and say, "Come, chill, stay with us," because at that time, you're gonna realize, yo, wherever you people go, death follows. All right. And it says, "And they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee to his own land. So people are going to end up going back to their home because it's going to make sense. So once again, these devils are exposing themselves in an evil manner. But the world sees them. Right? The world sees them. You know, you have these brainwash, whatchamacallit, but it says what? Doubtful 37. Is he selling fear of the AI? Because they want to push this narrative of the AI. AI is artificial intelligence. So they're going to bring in their see him and put it on every soul, because it's all about complete control. For they could be gods and the rest of the people be servants. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations, and shalom.